Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart nonsense, baby.
I just went. There used to be this song like "Buddy on a Fun."
Yeah, We Will Rock You. Queen.
Yeah, that dude. Queen, nice.
There used to be this
that
song.
was huge in sports. Yeah, it used to be in sports, dude.
What is squirts?
Pre-game. It's like the little
Hockey?
hockey. Yeah.
That's funny. I heard you
dude.
still play in squirts.
Was that a dig? I still play in squirts. I did skate with squirt skate on Friday morning. Sometimes I'll skate with them. But no, I played with the big boys. Played D1 last night, doubleheader.
No, we're not.
And
we're not doing this. We're not.
No. Fuck. Well, my other thread pre-fod. I guess we shut that down.
Pre-pod thread. Nope, gone. Hey, it's October 18th. October 18th, halfway through October. I'm hearing pods from.
That's all we can use. Yeah, dude, that song just dropped. How about that? That can date the podcast.
So that is a song. I think her name is Rose from Blackpink. And what is this, a radio show?
Mm-hmm.
From Rose and Bruno Mars. That was
we're
APT.
Gonna start accepting callers too. No, really
but
song.
From a, I'm gonna say we're gonna roll some footage from it because it's an incredible music video. I don't think we are, but from a video and animation standpoint, I fired that. Okay, it dropped this morning. I listened to it. I liked it. I knew it was gonna be a smash hit. Right? I'm a smash hit finder. That's what they call me.
Well, you just go to the A-list celebrities
and get the most popular stuff. Yeah, but then I went and watched the music video, which came out probably an hour or two later. So fun. It's like I don't know what they're doing, if they're dancing in like half speed and then they sped it up to like 2x.
Yeah.
And then
dropping frames and then speeding it up. I don't know what was going on.
We're video guys, but
really nice, dude.
Yeah. So
fired
that right off to the team.
Decipher that. Yeah, it's a bop. I really like this Bruno style of the last couple music videos that he did with Anderson .Paak. They were just in a studio, just like jamming, and it felt like that same. Like they're not trying to do anything crazy in the music video. It's just like
that's
vibes.
How music videos used to be, just like a video of them playing and singing the song, and then music videos became like stories, and then they went beyond that and they got like really artsy, and then the stories became lost. Like the plot was not. Yeah, so it's just classic. Just play the song live, dance. Yeah. It's Lindy.
Really good. The editing was really nice, dude. Just cutting at the right times. Man,
you're a video guy at heart.
About Bruno.
I know you. Oh, a thing you'll say about Bruno.
While we're here, I like him. Like him a lot. Not only because of his style and his voice, but I like the way he thinks.
Go on.
Something about him, dude. He just plays the music he wants to hear, and I think his interests ebb and flow, and they change over time. And he's just like, I'm interested in this. I'm gonna make these bops. It's like, oh, he was Anderson .Paak. Let me do K-pop. Let me fucking do a tambourine next time.
Actually, Bruno Mars pod. Let's take it there, because I think you're exactly right. This is why I like him so much. He changes all the time based on whatever he wants to do, and I think I know. He's a prime post and ghoster. Doesn't appear on anything. Doesn't talk about anything. He just makes stuff that I assume he thinks is awesome. Drops it. Moves on to the next.
Fucking pure
if we want to take a walk down Bruno Lane really quick, if you just look at his albums, I'm probably his number one fan. But like if you look at his discography, so his first album is called Doo-Wops and Hooligans. That's like Just the Way You Are, Grenade. Doo-Wop, it's like, I don't know, 1940s 4-chord songs. Doo-Wop. Whoa. Okay. His next album, completely different vibe. Unorthodox Jukebox. You get like sick, dude. You get Treasure. You get When I Was Your Man, like big disco. And then he goes and he becomes 24 Karat Magic. And he becomes hip hop guy all of a sudden. He's not. He's Hawaiian Filipino, but he's hip hop now. He's like decked out with a perm and a small afro. Okay, so he does that, wins like a bajillion Grammys on 24 Karat Magic for being hip hop guy, and then he creates Silk Sonic with Anderson .Paak, which is like R&B and rhythm and blues, Soul Train. They do that. He assumes a persona for that. They go on tour together. Then he puts out a song with Lady Gaga, and then he puts this one out.
I wish I went to those tours, dude. Because Anderson .Paak
I
was
did.
my favorite performer. You did?
I've seen every one of those albums.
Were they together performing?
Yeah, performing as Silk Sonic in Las Vegas. Best night of my life. Best night of my life.
Because Anderson .Paak's really good at drumming, and he's just a great performer. It's like the two best performers I can't believe I missed Silk Sonic. That's actually great. Because I remember you saying you went to Vegas to see that. And
I went to
was
Vegas.
It Dina's birthday or something? Or I forget.
Something like that. We went to see him twice in 1 year because we went and saw like his last show as Bruno Mars because he was doing a residency. And then like 2 months later, he became this Silk Sonic persona. So then we went back to Vegas to see him in the same theater as Silk Sonic. Dude, I've seen him on the Bruno Mars podcast episode. Excuse me.
Whoa. Dude, that was throaty. Oh. Didn't even cover.
It snuck out. I'm drinking this LaCroix because my mouth is dry. My lips are really chapped. Hang on. I've seen Bruno all the way back to when he was performing Doo-Wop's and Hooligans album at the Aragon Ballroom, a tiny theater in Chicago, standing room only, 3,000 people.
Wow.
I'm going next week to see Lawrence there, which is a band from Brown.
Nice, dude.
So if that's any omen,
well, wasn't Bruno? Didn't he pop off immediately? Like, how old was he when he started?
Not Oh, you want to go there? Oh, this is like, dude, this is like Binky with Tiger Woods in golf. Like, if you want specific like press interviews and songs, and I know all the history. No, he didn't pop off immediately. Nobody does. It's the classic 10-year overnight success. But did he start at
14? Because
he started at 4. Well, he was a little Elvis impersonator.
Did he pop off at 14?
So when he was probably like 16, he moved from Hawaii to LA. He starts writing for Motown Records, just writing. Oh. It was probably another 5, maybe 10 years before he writes like Just the Way You Are, which that blew up. And he wrote that Nothing on You with B.O.B. That blew up. And he did Billionaire with Travie McCoy. That was like his trifecta.
Wow.
But it wasn't immediate.
Damn. That's well, yeah, he's been gaming for a while. I guess he's got a head start. That's really cool. I guess I gotta see him. I don't know. I was just sleeping on him, and I've never been a music guy. I actually had someone this morning ask me what genre of music I like, and I couldn't name a genre. I don't know what a genre is.
I hate those questions because when I get asked, I'm like, can never think of a single thing. I'm like, what's a movie? Yeah. Like, what's your favorite movie? I'm like, what is a movie?
Right. Yeah. Throw it right back at him.
It's too much pressure.
So didn't know, but whatever that was, that K-pop fucking. I'm just gonna say Bruno Mars is my genre of music now because I like what he does. So that's a great start to the morning. Thanks for that. APT is the name of that song. In case we missed the beat.
And by morning, you mean 4:30 Eastern.
Dude, I was slugging this morning. Let me tell you, dude. It just feels good. Get the body going. Got a W too. It's really nice weather out. In case anyone wanted.
Yeah, it's getting colder though. I'm going golfing this weekend for probably one of the last times for the season. Like outdoors.
Oh, speaking of the last times, dude. This morning when I was heading out to tennis. I'm going out the door and I see my super, the guy that like runs the apartment building, and it's tough because I'm like fucking.
That's what you call him.
Whatever. What do you call him? Super?
Never heard that. Landlord? No, property manager.
Well, he's like the manager, but I think
like Lucius.
Yeah, my Lucius. His name's John though. I made eye contact with him, and it's kind of tough because I'm like riding out of the building on my bike, and like my bike's illegal in the building. Like,
oh right,
they said because it causes fires. And I told him, I'm like, hey John, can I get my bike? And he's like, okay. I talked to my manager, and he said no, but then I just kept riding it. so I see him because he's got his own like electric scooter. So we got like fucking blackmail on each other basically. So that was blackmail if you didn't get that. And
for the audio listeners, that's a hand over a hand or a hand over a fist.
I was grabbing
like
I was grabbing.
They kind of got each other by the wrist.
Yeah, dude, tug of war going on. So that I kind of, it's like a dog when they're in trouble. I kind of like put my head down because I'm going out the door on my electric bike, gassing it, and he sees me and he stops me. I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna like yell at me for the bike, but this, right? And he's like, hey dude, he didn't say dude, this is just me. He said, hey, did you throw a party on the roof? I'm like,
the head goes lower.
I'm like, maybe. And he's like, yeah, it had like tiki lights and everything up there. And I'm like, maybe. And he's like, yeah, I got like 1 million emails. Everyone's like, this party is out of control. And I'm like, that sounds like it could be me. And he's like, yeah, you can't do that. And if you do it again, I'll have to tell my manager. Oh my God, the same one with the bike. So I'm in hot water, dude. Why? Because I throw fucking bangers, apparently.
I think you were saying that like 3 episodes ago.
Yeah,
you're saying how fun those parties are. And you even did mention you bring out the string lights. And
I did. I'm like, it's the ultimate hack.
What you failed to mention was it's a communal space in a big apartment building.
Yeah, well, the problem is probably we're raging all night long. So it's like 1 a.m. We're probably just grooving. But, maybe he'll forget in 6 months and then we go back to banging. Oh, I actually told him. He's like, yeah, I got to tell my manager if it happens again. I'm like, it's all good. It was the last one of the year. That means that it's going to start right back up next year. But I fucking rode off into the distance after that.
That was good, quick wit from you. Quick response. Last one of the year.
It wasn't as good in person.
It's the
a lot more blocking, a lot more of this.
Right, a lot more blackmail.
No, I fired it off. I felt good about myself after that one. I will say too, because we briefly maybe brought this up on the last pod and we didn't get to close the loop on it. I tweaked on my mom on her birthday.
Oh,
partly because of similar situation where they just
as the tiki lights.
kind of interrelated. Well, everyone knows I full shut down. Everyone knows I full shut down with my family, and I turn like straight, like fucking off the spectrum, like fully, and they just think that's how I am all the time. I try and tell them like, hey, if I want to be more normal, I can be usually. Fuck.
Wait, really? Can we pause right there just to read a tweet really quick? I DM'd you one about it's what you said is exactly in line with this. This person says, me during my autism assessment, I don't have sensory issues, doctor. So why do you walk on your toes? Me, I don't like the way the floor feels when you place the whole weight of your foot on it, but because I avoid doing it by walking on my toes, it's not an issue. It's the same kind of thing. It's like, I'm like this, but I don't have to be.
Yeah.
Which actually proves you are that thing.
Well, the walk on the toes doesn't help because I do.
You do that too.
Fuck. All right. Maybe I shouldn't have freaked out. That's probably what an autistic person would do, actually freak out. But no, point was she thought I'd just like stay in my room all day and don't go out. And I'm like, no, I actually throw bangers, out of control bangers. And she's like, no way. And then
oh, no way. Yeah, you could let's put ourselves in her shoes and process information empathy? Like she does. Classic equation for empathy. Why would she possibly believe you're like that all the time? Well, when she never sees the inverse. Send her a picture of the party. Be like, Ma, like, look at this. Look how fun.
I didn't have a great picture of the out of control one. I had a more in control one that I showed him. They saw that, they were really excited, and then
They're like, "Yay!"
I don't know. There were a couple of things like back to back that was like indicating I don't talk to people or know how to. And the third one, dude, it's like the snake. The first one wakes him up, the second one pisses him off, and the third one he strikes. And that was me, dude.
At dinner.
At dinner, and then everyone's like, "Whoa, dude, we gotta quell this autistic kid." And they did. We just
they threw a blanket
like,
on your head.
Hey, it's all good. We just haven't seen you talk to people. I'm like, all right, fair
Rubbed your back.
And then gave me some crayons, and I just drew for it. I did get him onto premium economy. We're trying to get some raw bar, whatever you call that, like the Sally sells seashells, fucking
oysters.
Like, oysters,
yeah.
But like
tower
have different
tower.
Little things.
What's that alarm for?
I have to buy a train. Was the name of it. Not a ticket, just buy a train.
I was telling Krishna on our team about how you don't have a calendar. You just set miscellaneous alarms like that, and they'll go off. And I would probably say over 50% of the time they're not named properly. So you'll be like, "Oh, don't know what that alarm was for."
Right. It's usually someone's birthday from like way out of whack. No, but I recently discovered you can put alarms for like specific dates. So I'm like, why would you ever use a calendar if you can just set alarms?
Ticking time bombs. That's why.
Yeah, no, they're kind of stressful actually.
They go off.
Point is, we were thinking about raw bar, and then I upsold the whole table. I'm like, let's just get the fucking Geronimo Tower, which is like $100 and something, and it was just like those lobster tails and everything.
Geronimo.
Yeah,
and they enjoyed it.
They loved it, dude. They're like, you fucking crushed it. And pat on the back and let me draw with my crayons.
Let me see. That's a very difficult thread to jump off of.
I got Webkinz is a cool idea.
It's very unique to you. I did have a Webkinz.
Oh, you did? I thought those were for chicks.
No.
That's one thing.
I had a little duck.
Hey, I brought it up. Webkinz. Maybe you can jump on this now. Didn't even realize. Was looking at Club Penguin and Webkinz because our SAT game's kind of fucking going off the walls here.
Yeah.
Thought it would just be heads up trivia, but turns out making Webkinz. The founder of Club Penguin was talking about like, I think he and the Webkinz guy like started at the same time. It's kind of a similar concept, but Club Penguin, they monetized by doing this like subscription, like you get in the club and it's like $60 a year or something. Versus Webkinz, they had it where you probably
buy a doll, you buy a Beanie Baby at the store, and that gives you like an access code to your Webkinz, right. And that like became my character on Webkinz, which is kind of cool.
Fucking lit idea, dude.
Yeah, and
really
then
good idea.
And then I would want to go get more. I only had one because I think I got over the fad, but the idea is you want to go get more and collect them and bring them into your online world.
Yeah, and he was basically saying like that little tweak, like that business model was so much more brilliant than his. It sold like, he talked to the founder, like literally 10 times the profit of
more than Club Penguin.
Yeah,
but then you have like physical good.
Yeah, well, Webkinz started off as a toy company and then went to the game space. So they were already good at physical goods. And like the margins on fucking plushies is probably 90% or something stupid. So it's just a really cool idea. Like that model is interesting. Just like, here, buy the physical thing and then you get the digital one too. Kind of like a NFT. But actually kind of useful. So I don't know. Fucking watch out. We might have Durd plushies that give you an access code. The way I'm going, but I think that
wouldn't actually be the worst thing. A lot of people have asked for those.
I know, and they're getting pretty cute. And we're gonna have a lot of different variations. We're also debating changing Durd's spelling because Durd. There's no real reason why he spelled D-U-R-D other than we're like, he used to be spelled D-R-D, and we're like, people aren't going to know how to say that, so let's add a letter. And you could have picked like U or E. We went with U.
Why did we do that?
I think shit just happens. Could have been either. But yeah, we got the Durd.com domain, but then with the U and then with the E, we're realizing that one makes a little bit more sense if we're like, Durd is a nerd, and you probably want to spell it the same way. And also there's the word derp, which is like fucking bleh. That's spelled DERP. So there's nothing really with a U. So it makes more sense for us to have E. And I think there's a decent chance that like it's just Durd is everything. And like Smart Nonsense, the name turns into just Durd. And that's just like the brand is Durd. It stands for like dumb nerd. So it's got like the smart and the nonsense smashed into one word, which is kind of cute, actually. Elegant. Wasn't thinking about that. Because nerd is smart.
Wait, let me jump off that. Nonsense. Let me jump off that. Yeah, dude, I'm just because one thing I was having trouble. So one thing I really like about Smart Nonsense is I think it's really descriptive of what you're gonna get in the Smart Nonsense world. It's like you're gonna learn something and it's gonna be in a really silly way. Yeah. But you're like all good. I think you're reading this Ken Siegel book about Steve Jobs, which I read a long time ago. I don't think I liked, but you were pulling good stuff out of it. Basically, what was it like? All good companies are not all.
I actually don't know if he said it or it was just like it just inspired me to think about it. But it's just like you got Tesla, Google, Apple, SpaceX. It's all just like one word.
That's what we did with Clipped. We were like, we were rebranding from Smart Nonsense Media, which Hassan Minhaj was like, what is that? To what we literally said was like, we want to be the Tesla for video. Yeah. What's that thing called? We come up with Clipped. And what I then started to realize on my point of like, well, I like how descriptive Smart Nonsense is of our content, of our world. But like Apple is not descriptive of a cell phone. Google is not descriptive of search engines. Tesla is not a little bit because of the electricity, but like is not super descriptive of what you're going to get. So that's when I was like, oh yeah, Google, it kind of can like be anything.
A big number, so it's kind of like tangentially related, but yeah, definitely not. You just know what it is.
Apple. Fuck, Apple's such a good name. Dell. Oh, that's his name.
That's his last name. That's
a cool Walmart last name.
Walton.
Yeah.
Walmart. Yeah.
How about Jardon?
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Durd. What other threads you got?
Fuck, dude. I might have.
What are you doing this weekend,
plushie, dude? I was really into Star Wars. Oh, fucking updates, dude. I think I'm just like talk about Asp guy. I think I'm the most social person.
Wait, were we talking? Whoa. You can't do that to me at the 24th minute.
Dude, there's something about
a right
me,
hook.
Dude.
Talk about Asp guy. I'm the most social guy I know.
Well, I have a bunch of friends. All right, let's just make that clear.
Okay.
And I'm the glue. I'm just the glue, and I'm bringing people together.
No, so that is true. There is a kernel of truth to what you're saying, because you are. Let me try and get this straight. You are a really social person, and like you will drop everything for the hangout. You brought all of us college friends together, but then you kind of put us all in a room together, and then you.
Well, it's like the company too, dude.
Yeah, you just kind of like.
I want to get it started.
Yeah, you just like fade to the background because you actually don't like being with people all that much all the time. Maybe it's like a bipolar kind of thing. Where
don't know.
Like, yeah.
Don't know what it is. All I know is I got some friends, and I'm like, it'd be really nice to be outside tomorrow because it's gonna be really nice weather, and a lot of different friends want to do things. So I'm like, let me just smash them all together and turn into a big group picnic. Don't know if it's gonna happen, but like, no one's gonna make it happen but me. So,
that is true.
It's kind of like the hockey team. Like my hockey team, we're back to ripping. We just got some sick new recruits, and it's a weird thing of like creating something from scratch where like there's a lot of potential energy out there of like, for example, hockey. A lot of people that want to play hockey with like people our age that are smart, but just like there hasn't been like the one organizer to like bring them together. I think there's just a lot of that like potential always floating around. There's just not like the person that
There's
cares
also
enough.
a lot of people making like soft excuses. I do this to get out of a lot of things, and you're pretty firm about like, no, just go. Like, what do you mean you're not going? Go. And if you have a soft excuse, it's like, oh yeah, I should probably go.
Yeah, dude. And that's you with barely any dependence other than your dog. Once you have
Right.
kids, dude, you're gonna be the softest.
Or like, think about any of our friends or people our age with like hardcore 12, 14-hour a day jobs.
Well, that's why it's crazy to me when people say no to things, and I'm like, dude,
Time.
Yeah. Granted, whenever I start playing tennis with somebody, I'm like, hey, on a scale like 1 to hit every day, where are we? They're always like 3 or like 2, and I'm like, dude, give me the 10, dude. Maybe even a 12. Dial it up. But it's just me.
Yeah, there is an obsessive component there. You're like that. I'm like that. I get obsessive about things. My friends here right now are like that. Where like we go from not doing something to golfing every day, but then it becomes too much, and then I'm like,
there's a lot of things to do in the world, dude. Just
there are a
obsessive
lot.
with everything.
No, golf's good because it's physical. It was Fortnite that was a problem.
Yeah, that is the problem.
I was obsessing over basically laying in bed for a while.
Kind of my qualm. Like, dude, I was going down the Club Penguin rabbit hole, and like, just video games in general. I'm like, I get that they serve a purpose. Like, people want to be entertained, but I think the world might be better if they just didn't exist.
We had the same thing with cartoon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of entertaining cartoons, but like why? And I guess it gets back to that old thing where like you can do something that either entertains or educates. And it's kind of like pick one or the other. And I think for a long time we've been like, well, why not just do both?
Yeah.
Because one without the other kind of sucks.
Something about like I'm increasingly growing like anti-technology. Nassim Taleb, he had a tweet. There was like some guy, like you've probably seen him for a while. It's like a treadmill, but like omnidirectional, like it goes in all directions, so you can like play a video game like running.
Yeah,
and
Disney,
he's like,
I think.
Was that who did it?
You can just like walk in place infinitely.
Yeah, and he just tweeted like, or just go outside, #technomania. Or like fucking like everyone just gotta make tech to make tech. Like same thing with like VR. Like listening to Palmer Luckey talk about VR, he's like, they're asking him like, when will VR become like good enough with reality? And he's like, well, right now, if you're in a room with like one light source and it's just like one object in the room, like we can fucking crush that. But like doing the real world, like I don't think we'll ever be able to do like a wave crashing in a sunset. It's like, dude, if you're never gonna be able to, like, this is the leading guy in VR, and he's like, we'll never be able to. Just like too many little refractions, and like just the amount of physics, like it always be off. It's like fucking Mother Nature already made something beautiful.
Oh wow,
we don't need any of this. Last point before you go. Hey, last point, dude. Fuck. The only reason I bring this up is because I think it's kind of like when you have a drug that's really good in the short term, like a video game or a cartoon will be like really nice. It's a good hit, but like that's bad long term. Like if you didn't have that drug there, you would find a substitute, which would probably be go outside and play like Manhunt with your friends. So I'm like, because this is here, people don't go to the better long term substitute, and they just take like the easy crack hit.
But I think people are figuring this out now, and I do think we're going to revert to that world where you're talking about, where kids play outside and aren't just.
Dude, so when we make a lot of money, there's going to be a cul-de-sac. In the cul-de-sac, we're going to have a tennis court, maybe fucking little driving range. Just get the kids fucking going at it, dude.
Gardeloo!
Get the kids going at him, my pedophile? Fuck, dude. My bad.